Moody's has delivered a bullish forecast for India's economy, projecting it will grow at 6.5% through 2027. And this marks India as the fastest growing economy among the G20 countries, with growth expected to hold steady at 6.4% in 2026 and 6.5% in 2027. India's resilience coming despite global economic turbulence, particularly from the ongoing trade tensions and the tariff wars. Moody's credits India's diversified export base for its ability to weather the storm of the U.S. tariffs imposed under the Trump administration. While exports to U.S. dropped by nearly 12%, India managed to redirect its trade, with overall exports growing by 6.75% in September. India's growth has also been supported by a neutral to easy monetary policy stance from the Reserve Bank of India, which has kept inflation low and domestic conditions favorable for growth. Moody's highlighted that the RBI's decision to keep the repo rate steady in October reflects cautious optimism. It ensures the economy remains on track while inflation stays subdued. In fact, now India is thriving and Moody's assessment of China's economic future, meanwhile, is less rosy. Despite being the world's largest manufacturing hub, China's economy is facing significant headwinds. Moody's projects China's GDP will grow at 5% in 2025, but will slow to just 4.2% by 2027, a sharp deceleration from past years. And this comes as China's factory output and retail sales grew at their weakest pace in over a year in October. It highlights the strain on the country's manufacturing sector. Industrial output was up just 4.9% year on year, down from 6.5% last year, putting additional pressure on its struggling export sector. But even with its massive industrial base, China's economy has been hit hard by the US-China trade war. Tariffs and the weak domestic consumption are weighing heavily on the growth, with less room to actually expand its industrial sector. China faces that uphill battle to regain its momentum despite the government stimulus and strong export numbers. The country's domestic fundamentals remain weak, including uneven consumption and shrinking fixed asset investments. As for the global outlook, Moody's forecasts global GDP will grow at 2.5% to 2.6% through 2027, with advanced economies expected to grow at about 1.5%. Meanwhile, emerging markets led by India will continue to expand at a much stronger rate, near 4% annually. In Europe, Moody's sees a modest improvement, driven by employment gains, wage stability, and the European Central Bank's monetary easing. Germany's investment in defense and public infrastructure is expected to help boost the growth. In short, while India is on track to become the world's fastest growing major economy, China is showing signs of economic stagnation despite its vast manufacturing sector. And as the global markets continue to evolve, India's growth story is one to watch. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.